we're squeezing this in on the 10th anniversary of the 2008 Celtics Championship squad. I was lucky enough to be there behind the scenes, and I can tell you, I'll start right here. Brian Scalabrine was pretty damn entertaining, John.
Yes, he was. And you know what's even more entertaining is when you can't find the mute button to turn off when you're doing a podcast. High hilarity. Not really. Anyway, I'm like
coming in with a bang.
I'm clicking. Ah, shoot. Anyway, look, amateur. Yeah. Look, Scal was great that night. That was an epic post-game press conference performance. But I mean, it goes back, man. You know, it goes back to the start of the show. It goes back for people our age who grew up in the 80s, were really young in the 80s, and had these great feelings, and then went through these bad times. And, you know, really the show and, you know, kind of internet-based stuff kind of kicking off 2000s. And we were, you know, doing the show and talking about things, talking about Gerald Green, talking about Sebastian Telfair, talking about all these guys that really didn't matter at all when it came to when the team was actually going to, you know, become a champion. No Marcus Banks, no Orion Green. They were all gone, man. You know, no Ryan Gomes. You know, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. And all that mattered is that you had Kevin freaking Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo, and you know, Perk, Posey, Shore, House, you know, Eddie House. You know, you gotta love those guys.
Brown, Big Shot Brown. I mean, really picked him up at after the February trade deadline. It really just had that one big moment, and it was a huge moment that really contributed to the Celtics being able to get to that championship run. A lot of unsung. Really, it was just the big three. They went to Italy. They came together quickly. And really, just the way that they got that start to that season was phenomenal. Very similar to the start that this year's Celtics got this season. And the camaraderie, the chemistry, it really came together. And we didn't even get to see this year fully healthy like we did that year. I think everybody was saying it was going to take several years for them to come together. And then there was that championship. You know, there's the story of Doc hiding $100 from each player in the roof or in the ceiling of the Lakers locker room. You remember that? I mean, I think that was a couple of years later. But it was just a fantastic beginning to what should have been many more championships. And that's, I think, what is the craziest is because they said, hey, you know, we're not sure that this team can do it this year. And at the end of the day, that was the year they did it, and they didn't do it again.
That's very true. I think there are some parallels there. And we're going to talk about Kawhi. We're going to talk about Kyrie. But I think there's some parallels there. You look at how the 2009 season started, right? Before everything happened with KG's knee and seemingly everyone got hurt at the end of that season. That was a year, I thought, where I guess you worry about lightning in a bottle. And the 2008 thing sounded like everything went great. Everything was perfect. This year, nothing went right. Nothing was perfect in the first, 5 minutes, and it seemed like everyone was hurt. And it was just a constant battle throughout the season, yet they persevered. The key was the chemistry was good. The chemistry was fantastic in 2008. It was fantastic in 2018. But what the beautiful part about that is the chemistry was still great in 2009. Without the injuries, they win back-to-back. Without a doubt in my mind, they're going to beat that Lakers team. The Lakers were better in 2009 than they were in 2008. But clearly the Celtics in 2008, even if you say, well, they don't have PJ Brown in 2009, they were probably better. You had a better Big Baby. You had a better Leon Poe. You had so many pieces.
A better Perkins and Rondo, right? I was just going to say the two young players that rounded out that starting five had a couple of years under their belt, one championship season under their belt, and they were better. We saw Rondo really continue to climb and had a couple of postseasons where he had to carry the Celtics even because of the injuries that you mentioned. And I'll never forget Rondo's elbow bending backwards, like ridiculous. Oh, it was disgusting. And then him coming out and basically playing with one bad arm. It was really phenomenal. But that whole team had a lot of character. KG set the tone for what I would say is team unity. They had the whole Ubuntu thing that season. It was an incredibly fun ride.